Man, kids. One thing about kids, they don't have any shame when it comes to asking questions. If they really want to know something, they just come out with the question. They don't have any regard for offending people. They don't care about being embarrassed. They don't care if they just come out with the question, and I really respect that. And I always thought that was cool. All right, so this little kid asked my Muslim friend, who has a really big beard, why do Muslims have to have beards? And of course, as you know, Shia Islam and Sunni Islam requires that their adherents have beards. The shapes of the beards are slightly different in each one because, as you know, Iran and Saudi Arabia have beef, and the beef extends to the religions: Shia, Iran, Sunni, Saudi Arabia. So they got a beef about everything. But basically, the reason why Muslims have to have beards goes back to the Prophet Muhammad. All right, so during the time of Prophet Muhammad in the 600s, back when he was around fighting the Arabian tribes who didn't agree with Islam, he ran across a Zoroastrian, Zoroastrian. So Zoroastrianism is basically a native religion of Iran. So he sees this Zoroastrian guy, and he has a long mustache, no beard, just a big, thin, long mustache. And apparently, the Prophet Muhammad was so disgusted by that he made a decree saying that Muslims need to distinguish themselves from pagans and fire worshippers and polytheists by growing a beard with a thin mustache. So essentially, Muslims have beards because of tribalism. No, I mean, basically, it's like, okay, that group of people over there, their appearance I don't like. I think their appearance looks weird, so we're gonna look like this, and that's the reason why Muslims have to wear beards because the Prophet Muhammad was disgusted by a Zoroastrian, which is a religion native to Iran, and no wonder Iran created Shia Islam because the Sunnis took so many different shots at them. It's funny. I mean, it's just I'm gonna make a video soon about the beef between Iran and Sunni Islam, simply because even though Islam invaded Iran, threw out their native religion of Zoroastrianism and converted them to Islam, they've always been a thorn in the side of Islam. They've always managed to free themselves from the caliphs, and they always managed to get back in power and reemerge as another version of the Persian Empire. They created Shia Islam. So one thing I respect about Iran, the Persians, is they've always managed to succeed no matter the threat against them. Whether it was the Greeks, Alexander the Great, once he took over Persia, he fell in love with Persia. He started talking Persian. He started dressing Persian, marrying Persian women. He wanted to live in Persia and never wanted to go back to Greece. The Romans, the Ottomans, I mean, the ancient Egyptians, I mean, even now in the modern day against us in America, Iran has always persevered despite tremendous odds, and it's evident in Islam. Peace.